Okay. The release date, I got July 25th. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Curtis and Milk. This is your host, David.
Welcome to NPR.
I'm joined by Ryan and Jake.
Hey, I go first.
Oh, sorry, man. I was trying to switch it up.
Nah, I don't care. It's only because you brought it up.
Are you okay over there? Is my voice a little weird?
No. It's my NPR voice.
That's freaking
Welcome to the show. Hercules.
Yes.
This is what we're talking
Thank
about.
you. We were talking about Hercules.
2014.
Yes. The rock-led Hercules. Jacob, do you have the synopsis?
Yes. Though he is famous across the ancient world for his larger-than-life exploits, Hercules, played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the son of Zeus and a human woman, he is haunted by his tragic past. Now he fights only for gold as a traveling mercenary, accompanied by a band of loyal followers, including, I'm gonna murder this, but Ampergillus or something,
Yeah.
played by Ian McShane,
Ian McShane, great.
and Anatolicus, played by Rufus Sewell. However, when the benevolent ruler of Thrace and his daughter seek his help in defeating a savage warlord, Hercules must find the true hero within himself once again.
Thank you, Jacob.
You're welcome.
So the rating of this, the Rotten Tomatoes rating is 57%. The audience rating is 48%.
Ouch.
Right? Is that right?
Really?
Well, that's what I put down.
No,
What's the-
it looks about right according to this.
6
but
out of 10 for
IMDb.
IMDb.
Okay, and then Roger Ebert gave it 1 star.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
that grumpy old man.
Well, I don't know if he was a lot.
And
Well,
he gave
probably
Sky
was a
Captain
lot.
4?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. So the budget for it was 100 million. The box office was 244.8 million.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Made some money.
Made lots of money.
Lots of money. Okay, so the competition came out. So I'm gonna start July 11th.
Okay.
So it was Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Planes, and Fire and Rescue. The Fire and Rescue one, Purge, Anarchy, then Hercules, and then August, Guardians of the Galaxy, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first one, Let's Be Cops, Expendables 3, The Giver, Sin City 2. September 19th was The Maze Runner, and the 26th was The Box Trolls. So the top 10 that year was Transformers, Hobbit, The Guardians. I think that's the first Guardians of the
It was.
Galaxies. Maleficent.
Maleficent.
Yep.
Maleficent.
Yes. Hunger Games 3 Part 1. X-Men 2 Days of Future Past, so that would be X-Men 2 of the new one. And then Captain America 2, Dawn of the Apes, Amazing Spider-Man, and Interstellar. So the range was 1.1 billion to 677.4 million. That was the range. And then the release date, so the things that came out before was Captain America 2, Amazing Spider-Man 2, Days of Future Past 2, Maleficent, Transformers, and then Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and then Guardians of the Galaxy. That was before, and then after Interstellar, Hunger Games 3, and then Hobbit 3.
Okay.
So, and then the notables that year, this was a big one because Lionsgate or another place brought out The Legend of Hercules in January.
Mm-hmm.
Ride Along, RoboCop came out in January. Then in February, the Lego Movie, the Grand Budapest Hotel, Peabody and Sherman. In March, Muppets Most Wanted. In May, there was, I don't remember why I didn't put anything for April, because I didn't think there was anything great in April. That's probably why I didn't do it. And then in May, How to Train Your Dragon 2, Edge of Tomorrow, A Million Ways to Die in the West. And then in June, 22 Jump Street. July was Lucy, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Let's see. In August, Birdman, Imitation Game. That was really about it. We already talked about Box Trolls in the other one. And then September, Equalizer, Theory of Everything, Maze Runner, Gone Girl, My Little Pony. And then October, Alexander, The Great and Terrible Day. It was Steve Carell as a kid movie. The
Fun
Book
movie.
of Life.
Oh, yeah.
Fury and Big Hero 6 came out in October.
Okay.
Then November, it
I
was.
liked Fury.
I like that one too. It's an interesting movie.
Didn't see it.
Yeah, it's a good one. November, it had Dumb and Dumber 2, Penguins of Madagascar, Unbroken, Paddington, and Horrible Bosses 2. And then in December, Annie, Into the Woods, The Interview, Night at the Museum 3, I think, Exodus, Kingsman 1, Taken 3, and Selma.
I will find you. And I will kill you.
I have a certain set of skills.
Again.
For a third time, I will kill you.
I thought that one was with the daughter.
This time I might let my
The
daughter kill
third
you
one.
after she finds you.
I didn't see the second or the third Taken, so
Yeah, after
Right.
the first one, I was like,
It was the same
okay, I'm
thing.
too dumb.
I didn't feel like I needed to.
It was kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just new
Okay.
peeps.
Yeah. Okay, so Hercules, The Rock.
Are you ready to get rock? Oh no, are you ready to rock?
So while I was doing this, while I was doing the research with this, I came across The Rock top 10 movies.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting. Okay, I just want to point this out because it backs
In-
my point up eventually.
In what aspect?
According to Watch Mojo.
According, yeah, or I don't know. I think it's
Moneymakers.
IMDb.
Well,
No, IMDb, like his best movies. I don't think
They-
it's money wise. I
They
think
just
it's
ranked
more
his
like
best movies.
yeah.
That's almost like ranking Adam Sandler's best movies. Anyways,
Yeah.
I felt
Jamal-
The Rocket got better with each movie. Adam
Okay.
Sandler kind of peaked really early.
Ridiculous 6 is pretty funny.
I think he phoned it in after Punch Drunk Love when he didn't win an Oscar. Then after that, it just kind of went down more down.
Spanglish was good.
It was, but I think that was his peak, and then it's down. But anyway,
Really, I think his peak was Waterboy.
I think him trying was his peak at Punch Drunk Love, and then after that, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
The Rock. His was Jumanji. Number 1 was Jumanji, Moana, Fast and Furious. Any of them? Like it just seemed like any of those Fast and Furious he's part of. Central Intelligence, Rundown, San Andreas, Pain and Gain, Get Smart. Get Smart?
Yeah, like
Thumbs
that's-
down on Get Smart?
I'm talking about the Rock's stuff. Get Smart was funny, but I don't like.
Oh, you didn't like him in that one?
Not really.
Oh, and then Hercules at 9, and then Snitch. I don't know what Snitch was.
Yeah, it's a movie where he becomes an informant to try and get his son out of jail.
Snitch.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Snitches get stitches.
Stupid city, but
It rhymes, so of course a kid came up with it.
whatever. Yeah. Okay, so what worked with the movie and what didn't work with the movie?
Oh, just about everything worked for the movie for me.
Yeah,
Really?
I really like this movie. The
This
thing
is
that
highly enjoyable.
The thing that I'll get this out of the way that I didn't like was the first army that they went up against.
That was a little weird.
That was weird.
Wait, well,
That's the way like the guys were yelling at him and stuff.
They were all like snake guys.
yeah. The Green Army.
oh, okay, yeah. I'm
And
trying
they
to
made
remember
that weird
one.
noise.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I thought there was other problems in that, but
How dare you?
It's a perfect movie. The casting was great. Really big cast.
Okay.
I don't think there was too many people you didn't know.
Yeah.
That you haven't seen from other movies.
Yeah. There was a couple, but
Yeah. But a good group of handsome fellers and pretty ladies, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt that everybody did a great acting job. Because Armie Hammer wasn't in it.
wow.
Am I beating that horse too
Yeah.
much?
Yeah.
Dude, I found a
'Cause I beat his
Batman
horse too
arm.
much.
I found a Batman.
Yeah, you did.
A Batman Army Hammer thing. Like I sent
He
it to
wants
Ryan.
it so bad.
He wants it so bad.
It's so funny. It's so funny. So I keep beating him for sure.
Listen, Batman is my go-to DC comic thing. Don't ruin it. Keep it pure. Well, there was George Clooney, but keep it pure as it could be.
Jacob, what did you like about Hercules?
So,
And what you didn't?
growing up, I loved reading the Greek myths.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've read multiple iterations of the 12 Labors
Mhm.
of Hercules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some more truer to the original, some young adult fiction.
Yeah.
But so seeing this movie and how it showed his labors were just him working for the king of Athens,
Yeah.
and they made the story about him being the son of Zeus. Sorry, spoiler.
Yeah.
I should have said spoiler.
Oh yeah. This is,
It
remember,
came out-
It's always spoilers.
It came out in
This is spoilers.
2014, so folks, if you hadn't seen it, it's your own fault.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
had time.
Yeah. I've had enough.
So I really enjoyed that aspect. That were the Hydra, was it real? Is he really the son of Zeus? I mean, the movie answers it for you, but
Yeah.
just everything about it is.
So it didn't destroy your or it didn't destroy your nostalgia. Didn't destroy
No.
your nostalgia, and did it exceed expectations?
Oh yeah,
or,
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, for a rock movie, I thought it was. My expectations weren't super high.
Yeah.
But they were met and then some. Like Jake said, that's one thing I got from the movie is how they described the way he killed these animals or these mythical beasts,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
he had help. And
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was a really cool way to. I mean, sure, he was a super strong guy.
Yeah.
In the sense of a real human, him not being a demigod,
Yeah.
but he still was human and very capable of dying.
Yeah.
But with the help of his comrades,
Mm-hmm.
came the man, the myth, the legend, Hercules.
Yeah, and they addressed that too, like, because they said, "Oh, I thought you did this stuff alone," and then they're like, "Oh no, I think The Rock said it where he had a team, right? It didn't.
Yeah.
He like they had asked the question, and he's like, "No, I have a team."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
I mean, his team, they were awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I love Ian McShane.
Yeah.
I like him.
Didn't fear death
No,
because he'd seen it.
he
Yeah.
expressed it, and he wanted to die.
And when that flaming spear is flying towards him, he's just going to accept it, and the Rock catches it and throws it back.
Yeah.
That was my moment.
I thought he was a great part of the movie, Ian, and the wild animal guy.
Yeah.
What's his name? I don't know.
Something with a T of Thebes.
Tidius?
Tidius.
He wasn't
Thebes.
very tidy, was he?
No.
He was
So, this movie is based on a comic book.
yeah, I noticed that while we did research. While I did research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I haven't read the comic book, but from what I read about it, it followed it pretty closely. So,
Yeah.
That's cool.
I actually thought you would have read the comic book when I did research. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, Jake probably read this or knows this, but just because I'm assuming that.
Just
knew.
him knowing of it
Yeah,
is more than what we had.
yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah.
very much so.
'cause I'm a geek.
what did you guys think of the training sequence?
And the training montage.
Yeah.
It was good. I mean,
I
the-
thought the Rock move was stupid. Personally speaking.
the what?
The Rock's move was stupid.
Or he
Or he just bring him down. It's like the Power Rangers move. When they killed the guy. Slip, bring him down, and that's it. It's like, well, that's really stupid. Personally speaking.
well.
The other ones were useful.
that's cool.
That
he-
one
he-
was
no.
cool.
He was teaching them how to grapple, and it just kept showing
Yeah.
them doing the same move over
Yeah.
and over.
Right.
It was done. Personally speaking.
Yeah,
I didn't like that part.
That's-
one of them.
that's nitpicking, but that's great.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
I nitpick
I'm
a
a
lot.
nitpicker.
I nitpick a lot too. So, anyways, I thought it was pretty cool the twist that they put. It took me by surprise that, you know, now this king has this army,
Lord
Yeah.
Cotus.
right? That Hercules is trained,
Mm-hmm.
gave him this, you know, the really nice weapons and armor, and now he's got this army
Conquer.
to conquer, and
Yeah.
that's what, you know. You can see the king's transformation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he all of a sudden he wants the rest of the civilization,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and he has the means to do so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I thought that was a great
Yeah.
plot twist
It really was.
Mm-hmm.
How
for a movie like this.
exactly.
Yeah.
And maybe if I would have read the comic book, I would have known that was coming. But
Spoiler alert: Walking Dead.
Did The Rock? I need to ask. Did The Rock try an accent at first?
no.
Gosh, that's funny because that's what I noticed too. Is he's the only one without an accent.
I want to say he tried something at beginning, kind of like Kevin Costner, where he tried a little, and then afterwards it was like, oh, it's just Rock talking Rock.
I don't think so because
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think they just were
Okay.
like, you know what, you can't do an accent, so you're just gonna be Hercules with your voice.
Mhm.
I couldn't imagine him trying to do
No, I couldn't.
a British accent.
No. No, just pull out his Polynesian accent and
So. Yeah.
have him go.
Yeah, well, I know, but like, I think at first when I was watching it, it felt that there was a try, or there was like he changed his voice enough that it was noticeable. To me, it was noticeable enough where it's like,
Listen,
did he try it or didn't he? I don't know if he
No.
did.
listen,
That's
Dave.
all. I'm just asking.
do or do not. There is no try,
He,
and he did not.
okay. Fine.
Yeah.
If you guys don't think he did,
I don't think
I'm
that,
okay.
that he did because
I don't recall it.
I mean there was a bunch of different accents
Yeah.
throughout. I mean we had British, we had I'm pretty sure she's Swedish, the Amazonian chick,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
just based on the actress's name.
Okay.
It's I think I saw an umlaut in her name, so
What? One thing with Rufus Sewell.
yes.
When he said, when he told them that they were crazy and left,
Mm-hmm.
my first thought when he said that was, oh, he's coming back.
Oh yeah, of course.
He's always
Yeah.
gonna come back. Those type of characters always come back because they're trying to, like, say you guys are nuts, and it's like,
Yeah.
no, okay, you're just coming back.
I wanna
whatever,
say-
dude.
Norwegian.
Okay.
And
Yes.
then the crazy guy, he reminded me of the grasshopper off Bug's Life. The crazy one.
Yeah.
Where Dot just like slapped him and then everything was okay. And that's what I thought. It's like all you needed to do was slap him.
He was a
or,
little
like,
dude
punch him.
though.
Huh?
He was just a little guy.
Yeah. And it was,
Not very imposing, but
no, it was interesting.
Yeah, but he knocked over all those farmers when they formed the shield wall the first time.
the first time, right?
Yeah. He played a good crazy guy. I'm just
Yeah, I
like,
liked
that's
it.
what it reminded me of. That's all. That's all.
Yeah. So what I liked about the movie is
Mhm.
that the myth,
The myth
Myth.
making.
yes, is that
Okay.
that they made him more than what he was
The
through their
myth did.
teamwork.
Yeah.
But I also feel that they fed off of what the people,
Mm-hmm.
because he was pretty honest with, yeah, well, this is my group that helps me.
Yeah.
But I feel that it was more of the people who exaggerated the stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. His nephew
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
exaggerated the stories,
right.
like pushed it.
That was part of the whole thing. Was
Yeah.
his nephew would tell the stories
Mhm.
and exaggerate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like the switch with the king, the one with the wolves and the king, the three-headed dog, that sort of thing?
Well,
where
I
like
like
he
that
found
when-
out how his family really died.
Yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
was very interesting because that's all part of the myth is that
Yeah.
he has to do the labors because he went crazy and killed his family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This, he did the labors and then his family was killed.
yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And the last labor is he has to capture Cerberus,
Mm-hmm.
Who's Cerberus?
the three-headed dog.
I didn't know.
Harry Potter.
Fluffy.
That's fluffy.
Fluffy.
Okay. My problem with this movie
Bum, bum, bum.
Preach, brother.
is, I think it wasn't a good role for The Rock,
How
or
so?
what was being asked of him.
How so?
Let's see. I did write it down, so I know.
Okay.
Okay. What I felt, from what I remember, because I watched this a while ago. I watched this like that first weekend after we said what won. I think what The Rock does best is that he is a bit silly. He's more silly than he's serious, and I thought he was a lot more serious in this one than silly, personally speaking. He does great when he lays waste to things,
Mm-hmm.
and then the roles that I've liked him in is that he's usually pretty optimistic. It feels optimistic type of person. The ones that I really enjoy, like Jumanji, was a good example of what you like about The Rock. I think The Rundown is the best example of a Rock movie, because I really liked him in that, where it was just a good.
It's been a while since I've seen The Rundown, but I do remember I liked it.
But Jumanji is a good
But
thing, and
I
think
So,
he was a bit. The best part I thought was when Ian McShane's asking him, "Who are you? Who are you?" And then he breaks the chains from the ground, and he's like, "I am Hercules." Kills the executioner, and then just goes out, just goes crazy, like you want The Rock to do, is just go crazy.
well, he kills the wolves.
Yeah, I know. And from him coming out of the chains, killing the executioner until maybe the statue,
Mm-hmm.
totally love that part. Everything else I could do without, for the most part. Personally speaking, on that's
I
just
see your point, but I
on
do
that.
also feel that the way he had to portray is that he was kind of a broken down man
Yeah.
because he did kill his. Well,
He thought
he
he
thought
had
he
killed.
he thought he had killed his family, and that takes a toll on someone. And I mean, maybe The Rock can't, in your viewpoint, can't grasp that as an actor as much as you would want.
Yeah.
But I thought he did a pretty good job.
Did you see Skyscraper?
no, I saw Rampage. I haven't seen Skyscraper yet. I want to see that eventually.
He's pretty serious throughout there. I mean, there
Yeah.
is some humor to it, but
Mhm.
he plays a serious role and he does a good job. I mean, it's literally Die Hard, but
Yeah. See, like I haven't seen that one, so it's like I don't.
yeah, it's a good turn off your brain and just watch the movie.
Yeah, it's
No,
a Rock movie.
Except for one scene.
Yeah.
He's a one-legged man jumping from a crane to a building.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like as he gets older, you could tell that he's getting older and that he was a one-time wrestler, because wrestlers have a unique run.
Yeah, they have no
Yeah.
knees.
No knees.
It's
and
bone
you're
to
just
bone,
like,
basically.
There's a wrestler.
No, I feel that his chops were pretty decent in this. It was probably a pretty big stretch for him as far as the beaten down man side of it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, he's Hercules. Who else you gonna get?
Yeah. Name another actor. We got to set up this rule. If we're gonna come at it
Yeah,
at the actor, we have to have a replacement.
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
Really, yeah, I would, because I saw when I saw an article when they asked him, like, if he would do it again, he's like, 100% I would do this again. And, yeah, I think
Yeah.
there's nobody else that you could say would be, that could take his place, because his body is built for it.
Mm-hmm.
Totally, his body's built for it, like what you would think a Hercules would be. I don't have anybody in mind of, like, who would be better, like the star power that they needed to make this go. You had to have The Rock. There's nobody else that you could have where they made 144 million from their original budget. There's nobody else, especially in that type of climate and in those type, like, personally to me, when you have your top 10 going from 1 billion to 677, and you have to throw that one in the middle, who else is going to be better to pull off a money-making movie?
Exactly.
None.
So
I get it.
So I'm just saying that you should give him a little bit of credit.
I do. I love when he breaks out of it.
Yes, I understand you love that
I
part.
love that part, and it almost wins me over for the whole movie, just that part. But it's a little. The other parts are just a little. It's a little too heavy on it because it's introducing a whole thing. They're introducing how what we're talking about is failed movie franchises. So this was a franchise starter, and so it does introduce. So the other parts were slower, like a normal intro movie usually does. The second movie would be 10 times better because you don't have to introduce anybody. You could just go.
Well, here's the thing. The movie I would like to see as the sequel is a story of Jason and the Argonauts.
Okay.
Because Hercules was one of the Argonauts.
All right.
That could be cool.
But see, like,
where they take the myth and they make it real, if you will. Like they did with the Hydras were just guys in masks.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
But,
I see that.
so, I would like them to have done other myths. So, Jason, Perseus, Theseus.
And like kind of did the whole Greek mythology sort of universe and that sort of thing. Yeah,
That's a great idea, Jake. It's a great idea.
But I think that would have been great.
That would have been great. And they can still do
They
it.
could still do it because this one still made money.
It made
but
a lot of money.
It needed to make more money to justify a universe like that. And when universe starters they've tried, and a lot of, or not a lot of them, but some have failed. Where it's like, but that would have been a good kickoff to the universe because they had the star power of The Rock. I don't know if that was the peak of The Rock or if Jumanji's the peak of The Rock, where he's not gonna make much, like he's not gonna make better films, and that's the money making that he's gonna get. You know, that's the highest money making movie he'll ever make. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I don't know.
I liked it. I liked it for the most part.
Yes.
For the most part.
For the most part. You just like a 10-minute piece of the...
But see, that 10-minute piece, like your train thing, with Spider-Man 2,
Yes,
it almost
it does,
wiped
Dave.
away all of it.
It
For
does,
you
Dave.
it does, but for me it didn't.
I didn't have as many problems with
Yeah.
the training montage as you.
Yeah. Well,
Me neither.
I just didn't like the
The-
Rock training
the
montage.
the reveal of the guy they're working for is just a mean old man who wants to murder children.
That was interesting. I found yeah.
Well,
And then how Joseph Fiennes killed his family. I thought
Because
that
the
was really
people
interesting.
cheered louder
Yeah.
for Hercules than for their king.
Because and you just knew that Hercules didn't care for the fame and fortune and all that
Exactly.
stuff, and
He just
he
wanted to
has
be
no
a family
power over
man.
him. Yeah,
Mhm.
like I thought that was interesting.
Just a former soldier.
Retire.
Sounds like Gladiator.
Oh.
Huh?
Yeah, a
Yeah.
little,
Yeah.
a little.
Okay.
He wanted to go home and be a farmer.
He did.
That's what he wanted to do.
But his family got murdered.
By the king.
Martyred.
By the king.
By the emperor.
By the emperor.
Well,
By the ruler.
man, just rehashing stuff.
Yeah.
It was a good movie though.
This was.
I had a lot of fun with it. This is another one I bought. I'll keep this one for sure.
Yeah.
It was a good movie. That's when I sent you the picture of that movie.
They live. They live.
Mhm.
But that's when I bought those two movies. But Hercules was actually, I think it was like $5, something like that.
Yeah.
So
It's
good movie though.
it's a
lot of
good,
fun.
just fun movie.
Yeah.
It's not too deep.
Right. It is. It's deep-ish.
It is,
Yeah.
but it's not.
You can follow the deep.
It's not Ender's Game.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
Still a deep movie.
You see, so the queen wanted. No, never mind.
So the princess had to trick Hercules because the king was going to murder her son. The true king. Because her father murdered the real king.
Plot twists all over.
So much.
Such a simple movie.
So. What the heck was
That is one thing that could have been better. Is they could have had.
That's my sin. That's the sin that I.
Why
got
were
from the movie?
Why were they tattooed like snakes? Why did they not do normal yells? Why weren't they wearing any armor?
I don't. Even the poor armor that the army had was better than
Yeah.
the armor. They didn't have any armor. Like, of course, the other army's gonna win.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see a phalanx.
Yeah, that'd been cool.
Phalanx.
With the mystical monsters.
No, it's the fighting formation of
Oh.
Greek armies. That's
Okay.
how the Greek army held off Persia.
Oh, a phalanx. I didn't know. I
It's
thought I
it's a square of men with shields. The guys in
Oh.
the middle hold the shields over, and everybody else is holding the shields around. And there's spears, and they march forward, and they fight as
As one.
as one.
Yeah.
What we got was more of a Roman legion sort of.
Yeah.
It still worked. I still liked it
Yeah.
because
knew.
it's a movie.
Greek is. You want the Greek movie? Not Roman. Greek movie, huh?
Yeah.
You want Greek? Greek is good. You get the Windex and you spray it and it cures all. Hercules is a Greek word that comes from.
Yes. Yes.
You don't want Roman, you want Greek. You see?
It was fine. It was fine. It was
Very,
a
very
movie.
good, very good. Very nice.
So, would you recommend it?
Yes. Highly.
Highly, Ryan?
9 out of 10.
I don't know. I think I would say you have to turn your brain off. Then, yeah, if you could do that, yeah, you could do it. That's my recommendation, if you can. I would probably.
How about you do it? Let's see you do it and then
Yeah.
I can't.
do it.
I rented it, and that's it. I won't buy it. I won't buy it for my personal library.
I will.
I
will.
did.
Oh.
Won't,
Did you-
will, did.
Did your sons stay awake in the movie?
Haven't watched it yet.
They haven't watched it?
No.
Oh.
Not yet.
I think my boy's going to be 13 before he watches it.
There's a little bit of a few things in there, yeah,
No, yeah.
for younger children,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
to see.
True. Okay.
Good though.
Yes. Yes, a sequel. Give
Yes,
me
a
Jason
sequel.
the Argonauts. Give me Perseus. Give me Theseus.
Yeah, it's not too late.
No.
No, it's only 3 years.
The Rock still looks good.
Yeah.
Or you can do
Probably.
Jake's idea.
Yeah, and just have him make a cameo.
No,
Or do a little
he'd
bit.
be in the movie, and that'd be the way to reintroduce, and then you have some character be in the Theseus movie or the Perseus movie.
Yeah. Like what we talked about.
Just
in the
make a
universe.
demigod series.
Mm-hmm. That's really all it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're all demigods.
That'd be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Not Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief.
No. Wah wah.
Roman, Greek time. Not nowadays, Greek time.
All right. So, tell us what you guys think. Please rate, comment.
Is Dave up in the night?
Am I up in the night? I don't know. I don't know this question.
Are you ready to rock?
I am ready to roll.
Plot twist. Didn't see that coming.
You know, rock and roll.
I do. I
Yeah.
get it.
No, we got it. Yeah. You didn't have to explain it.
So just talking about The Rock, and you went with Roll, and I don't think there's somebody named Roll in the movie.
No,
No.
there's not.
So
There's not.
So well.
yeah.
Big gulps, eh?
Well,
Well,
see you later.
Well, have a great night, guys, and please rate, subscribe, and leave a comment. Bye. Oh my gosh.
Yes. I like that movie. I like.
My ears are done.
Yes. Mine too.
Why do you flatten me like this?
Sorry.
That was a really fun movie. Dave.
Oh, I forgot to mention I enjoyed the soundtrack.
Yeah, I haven't yeah. Sky Captain, I couldn't really see anything, and then Hercules, I remember some of it, but it just wasn't.
Well, soundtrack really makes a movie really.
I have my allergy shots today, so I have to carry my EpiPen with me.
Soundtrack is a pretty big part of the movie, and
Yeah.
Sky Captain was a horrible.
It definitely reminds you of Indiana Jones. Like,
No.
though that, I mean, like the sound, that sort of
Don't
thing.
you
it just
dare
reminded me of
insult
old-
John Williams.
No, I'm just saying it kind of it brought back those things. To me, it did. And then Hercules, I don't remember the soundtrack. I didn't even pay attention.
Oh, they played the ambassadors during the closing credits. The Welcome to the jungle. Ain't no God on these streets for the jungle. I bought that and the musical score for the closing credits because I enjoyed that part so much.
Yeah.
Like showing in the closing credits. I should have said this in the but the way
Episode.
they showed if they were actually fighting the actual creatures, how they would have defeated it as a group.
That's cool. Okay, so next time we meet up. Oh, I was wondering if we can plan out all of them
Yeah.
instead of like doing this, and so we just know,
Yeah.
like just planning out the rest of them and then calling it good. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Let's do it.
And we don't have to waste time. Okay, so we have Sorcerer's Apprentice, Golden Compass, Fantastic Four, The Mummy.